Why do so many people have birthday blues?
Yeah, a lot of people do more than we even realize. We all know happy birthday. It implies birthdays should be happy, and I believe they can be and they ought to be. But so many people do have the birthday blues. So many people don't want to celebrate their birthdays, don't want to acknowledge that they even have a birthday. They just want to duck, as if this big wave is coming, that they can just duck and it goes over them and they can come out the other end. They'll be relieved. And I believe it's because there's a lot of need. We have a lot of need on our birthdays to be special,
Mm,
to be loved, to be revered, to be the center of our world just for one day a year, because that's what we all deserve to be. Every
mm,
person is a miracle. The fact that we are all here is a miracle. The fact that your soul is in this lifetime being you, my soul is in this lifetime being me,
mm,
that is something to celebrate. And when our birthday comes around, it's the one day a year where we get to say, wow, I matter, I exist, I'm here. Let's celebrate that. Let's feel the love from people in my community, in my
mm.
world. But but if we have memories that are painful
Yeah.
around that expectation that doesn't get met at some point in our life, typically our birthday avoidance typically comes at some point in childhood or just after childhood. Maybe we leave the house and we
Mm.
come from a home where our parents celebrated us and did everything for us, but then we become an adult and nobody does that for us. Nobody teaches
Right.
us how to celebrate ourselves. So we go into the world and we think, oh, that's just for that's just for children. And how
Mm.
dare I get my hopes up? How dare I sit and wait for people to celebrate me? And they don't. And a lot of people don't realize that when we abdicate our birthday power to
Mm.
other people, when we abdicate the actions and the energy that only we can be responsible for, yeah, we set ourselves up for disappointment. It's up to
Right.
us to take charge of our day and make it happen. And there are other reasons why people don't like their birthdays. A
Mm.
lot of people don't like to get older, right? I've been
Right.
hearing that women, when they hit 40,
Yeah.
50, they don't want to celebrate their birthdays anymore. I just turned 59
Mm.
and 60's coming early next year, and I feel it. It's a big number.
Mhm.
And mostly it's a big number because my middle ages will be over. I won't be middle aged anymore. I'll be stepping into the decade where I become a senior. And that's pretty significant if you think
Yeah.
about it. And so I have no problem getting older, but this idea that there's less life ahead of me, that my
Mm.
mortality is becoming more and more evident each year I get older, that there's a certain seriousness to living. Am I living the
Right.
life I want to live? And if I'm getting a year older and I'm not living the life I want to live, and I feel stuck and I don't feel empowered to make changes, yeah, you bet I don't want to keep counting the years forward. So there's a variety of reasons why people don't like their birthdays,
Mm.
and there's different as each person has their reasons. And I would invite listeners, for those of you that don't like your birthdays, whatever the reason, I invite you to investigate and to
Mm.
remember what that reason might be, to actually look into that, because you can't heal the birthday blues unless you understand where they come from. And I
Yeah.
remember experiences even from my childhood where, it's almost like a schizophrenic experience. I
Mm.
got yelled at in the afternoon, and that night everybody's singing happy birthday to me, and I'm like, wait, my feelings are still hurt from
Um,
the fact that you yelled at me in a way that didn't feel fair to me. Like my feathers were still ruffled, but now you're bringing cake and celebrating and
Now all
making
is
me be
well all of a
happy.
sudden. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. All of a sudden, all is well.
Yeah, all of a sudden
Yeah.
all is well,
Mm.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. And it wasn't. So I
Yeah.
was confused. I felt like, wait, where is the emotional authenticity in this moment? Right? I'm
Mm.
still upset. No one's honoring the fact that I'm still upset. They're sort of just bringing me this birthday cheer that I'm not in the mood for.
Mm.
And I feel like I need to make you happy by smiling and being happy that it's my birthday. I mean, I was a young child. I didn't have words for that or the ability to
Right.
make sense of it. But there's stuff like that. It's small, but it can add up to make you feel
Mm.
confused about your birthday and the feelings that can come up.
Mm. It feels like, if someone did have a good experience early in childhood, then that colored what birthdays should be later on. And in a way, it ends up being a disappointment because, right? And the other way around, too. If someone did not have good experiences early on in childhood, it's going to remind them as well of
That's
that.
right.
Hello there, and thank you so much for stopping by this channel. I hope you find this content useful, and if you do, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It will really help me to reach to more people and keep this content going. Here we are journeying together, and let's see where this takes us.